How many times have you thought you had everything you wanted in life, but realized that you're still not happy? Think about how many celebrities who we think have everything they can want in this world, but end up committing suicide. Think about how many rappers or music artists overdose on drugs because they were depressed. We think these people are happy. We think money buys happiness, but in reality, it doesn't. In this video, inshallah, we will talk about 5 tips that we can all use to live a better and happier life. Make sure you watch out for tip number 1. It is by far the most important and might surprise a few of you as well. Jazakumullah khair.
كتاب الله دستوري وخير الخلق أسوتنا.
Tip number 5. After praying your morning prayers and reciting your morning supplications, one of the first things that we should do in our morning routine is making our bed. It may seem like such a small action, but an ex-Navy SEAL explains to us why they used to always make it a mission for themselves to start their day by making their bed. It's because making your bed, that first action, that first sense of accomplishment in the morning, it gives you a confidence boost, it gives you that sense of positivity that will keep you moving forward for the rest of your day. Tip number 4. Never compare yourself to someone that has more than you. At the end of the day, you're always going to find someone who has more money, a bigger house, a nicer car, nicer clothing, whatever it might be, there's always going to be someone who has more. And the state of the human being is, if he was to have 2 mountains of gold, he would desire a third. This is actually a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will never be happy with these worldly items. But when we look at what we have and accept what Allah Azza wa Jal has given us, when we are grateful for what Allah has blessed us with, that is when we will truly be happy with our blessings in this life. And that is actually how we can be increased in the goodness that we have been given. For Allah Azza wa Jal says, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you are grateful, then we will certainly increase in you. So subhanAllah, that act of gratefulness will not only make you a happier person because you are seeing the positivity around you and it'll help you have a more optimistic mindset, but it'll also lead in you getting more of that good that you're looking for. Tip number 3, volunteering. How many of us have done something good just to help another person? We see someone struggling with their books, we see someone and we hold the door open for them. Maybe it's someone who's asking for donations and we give them some of our pocket change. Something very small, but when we do it, it makes us feel happier on the inside. How many of us have maybe volunteered with non-profit organizations doing great things for our communities? All of these actions, these acts of volunteering, they lead to us living a happier life. Many of us may think, I don't have time for that, I can do so many other things to have fun with my friends. Sure, you can, but believe me, you will never feel true happiness until you go out there and volunteer for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal and do work that doesn't benefit you but benefits the people around you. Tip number 2, smiling. Something so easy, but unfortunately many of us neglect this simple act. So many of us go around, instead of trying to spread that positivity, we're frowning, we're thinking about all the bad things happening to us, when instead, focus on the positive, be an optimistic person, and force yourself to smile if you have to. If you have nothing to be happy about, force yourself to smile, and studies show that people that actually force themselves to smile end up being genuinely happier as the day moves forward. And the Prophet Muhammad tells us that the smile on the face of your brother or sister is considered as a form of charity. Subhanallah. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, tip number 1. And for some people it may not make the most sense, but let me explain. This tip is to build your connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. And I'm using this tip because it's something that I've experienced in my own life. Whenever I feel like I'm not as happy as I want to be, whenever I feel like my depression level is rising, it's always because my relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal is not as strong as it should be. Whether it's my focus in prayer, whether it's my volunteering in the community, whatever good action you can think of, sometimes I get lazy. And whenever I do, I feel like my happiness level goes down. And this is true even in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us all, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah Azza wa Jal, do the hearts find peace. So this, my brothers and sisters, is going to be my final tip. The best way to live a happy life the best way to find your true meaning in life is to live a life where you are fully connected to Allah Azza wa Jal. Yes, we are human. We're not always going to be on our A game. We should always try our best, inshaAllah. And through this, inshaAllah, we will find what we're looking for. I hope this video is beneficial. I hope it helps you out a lot, inshaAllah. Jazakum Allah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.